Hello and welcome to Per Ivars Fiskeflur. Today we're gonna tie a black ant. I have tied up a realistic black ant with few materials. It's a fast tie and effective. It floats very well and it's very solid. So I wanna show you how to tie this little critter. So follow on and I teach you how to tie it. Okay? Follow on. Well, the materials on this fly is, first of all, use size 14 Partridge Dry Fly Supreme hook. That's free of choice. I like size 14. You can tie it in bigger if you want. Okay. And I use some black tying thread, free of choice. 8/0 I use. And for the body, I use some black 2mm foam, craft foam. Okay, and I use for the legs. This is a bit worn out, but I use some moose mane. This is important that the moose mane is just dried and salted, not prepared or tanned or anything, because that makes the hairs brittle. Okay, this hair, this moose mane has some white and black hair. I prefer the black hair because that looks nicest on the fly. And I use some water-based resin lacquer, toxic free. And of course I use some to warm the legs, as you will see in the tying portion. Metal tweezer. I use a whip finisher, scissors, and of course to warm the tweezer, a lighter. Have I forgotten anything? I don't think so. That was all I used in the materials on this fly. So follow on with the tying, and I'm gonna teach you how to tie this fly. Well, now we're gonna start tying this little ant. This is how it's gonna look when we're finished. So I start with taking the hook out of the vise and putting on a new one, size 14. This is what I use for this fly. And I start with putting on the thread. And I take my foam, I tear off a little piece so I get a little thinner piece to start with, like this. Touch it, wind a little down in a hook band, just a little, wind forwards like this, and pull on the foam and wrap around the foam sometimes and go forward with the tying thread like that and tie down the foam again, and I tie down this mid portion. This is where the legs are gonna go, like this, and I wind down to the hook eye, and I take the foam again to make a little front body, like this. And you can nip it off and take your scissors, snip off this little stump there, and take your tying thread forwards again, and your legs that's gonna be of moose mane. This is a black ant, so I like to take fairly black hair, and I take one piece, tie it down on the sides. This is one leg, and tie down on the other side. Just use your rotation on the vise to accomplish this. You see now you have 4 legs, and you want 6 legs on this critter, so you take the third pair, if I might call it, and crisscross it on the top. Use your tying skills now. Crisscross it like that, and now you can take your tying thread to the hook eye and just use your whip finisher to whip finish it off. And snip it off. Put your thread away. Now the magic happens. You see now you have 6 legs on this critter. Then you take a metal plier, a little tweezer, and warm it up with a lighter, like this. And collect your legs and make a little knee on it, like this. And the other way, to make some feet. And repeat the process on the other side. Warm it up, collect your legs, bend it, and make some feet on it, like this. Now you can snip it off to the right length. Be careful not to snip off too much. You want this ant to go. You don't want it to be crippled. You see now? You have a perfect little ant that floats like a charm. It fishes very good. It's very realistic looking. You can see I have some little stump here, but that's not important. You can, and I will, reinforce this with some lacquer. I use this water-based, and I take my little tube, see if I can squeeze out some lacquer. I can. This will seep in and reinforce this. You can take off the excess like this. This is a little critter. It's very solid, effective, very nice to have in your box. Very fast tie, as you see. You can, if you want, use white thread, color it black when you're tying down the foam, and color this middle portion red if you want some red wooden ants. But that's free of choice if you want. I think this will fish good, as you see it here. This moose mane is very strong. You have to really pull hard on it to make it break. It's important to have the right kind. I want to talk a little about that later, or in the introduction of this video. Well, that's all I had for now. I thank you all for watching my videos. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on Facebook and on YouTube, and please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. You will always get the latest videos from me. Thank you, and tight lines.